All right, streams up. Put that down. Check the camera. All right. We are rocking and rolling. Let's check the chat works. Should see something here soon. Unless nobody's around, which is entirely possible. Did forget one thing. All right. Yeah, that's fun. All right, we've got Dark Hill, Hank 77, Nady Nuka. Yo, bodies. People are showing up. Blue Smoothie, Kill Pop. Hello, hello, hello. All right, yeah, and chat's working today. Yes, good, great. Don't have to fiddle with that. So, another Wednesday, another day. Buenos Locknar, how are you? I am doing good. So, the last few weeks has been a haze, but we are now firmly in the Bitwig camp for the DAW. So, for those who've been around for the last couple of months, I've been trying to kind of switch things up and try out Reaper. And I gave it the old college try, and it was a struggle. I think it's a really cool platform. I think it's got a lot of good features, but just some of the workflow choices that are in there are very counterintuitive, and there are just some things that can't be worked around. We also bought a synth, which is down here. It's the Hydra synth. We had that on a couple weeks ago. Trying to get more external gear. Because I kind of like the idea of having things that are not reliant on software. So if they stop being updated, I have some pieces of kit that are usable outside of the thing. Plus, this is really fun to play with. I need to figure out like a good setup, maybe another camera or something, so I can kind of show my desk and my hands. If anyone's got any suggestions, shoot them my way, because I really don't know. The cell phone camera thing is fine, but I think that's only useful for when I'm like mobile. So I need to just get like a basic webcam, I guess. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But yeah, so Reaper was a bust. I tried really hard, and I should get back to what I'm familiar with. Some benefits. I reinstalled Arch, so I reconfigured the whole system. I have saved instructions on how to configure things for Pro Audio, and generally the configuration I have works. And Bitwig, the performance issues have been fixed. I don't think I had proper real-time permissions on my system. So that was user error, not Bitwig error. So anyway, today, after redoing that fucking drum kit for the 10th time, it feels like, we're just going to fiddle with the new synth and get things going. All right, so let me get here, make sure the audio's going. Annoy the bird. Make sure I don't any bleed. Not a lot of bleed. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's see. So, what do we want to start with today? Well, I guess first is I'm going to start with synthesizer shit. I do want to fiddle with this thing and call this add group, rename bus. What do you think of current EDM from your perspective? I think it's better than it's ever been before, musically. I think, and this is hard to say because I live somewhere where there's not a lot of action, not a lot of events. I think that shows and events have been struggling for basically since COVID. A lot of people haven't been going out as much, so it's kind of hard to get gigs and it's hard to get like audiences to show up to stuff. Even when they're like really talented artists. Like I was at some events in Atlanta, and my understanding is even though they were killer nights, they barely broke even. So I think it's a little rough around the edges right now, but I'm hopeful that in the next, give it a few years, I think people are ready to go back out and do stuff again. We just need to kind of embrace. That wants to come from MIDI. Oh, because I'm not recording. And then I need a channel, an instrument channel. This is just for MIDI from the Hydrosynth. So that's for that. Anyway, but yeah, music wise, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff. I think some subgenres, actually, that would be unfair. I think any subgenre is going to have stuff that's a little boring and cookie cutter. So you have to kind of look for the cool shit that you like. But there's plenty of cool stuff out there. So I think the current, it's not like the heyday in 2010 where just everywhere all at once there are shows everywhere. But I think that there's some potential going forward. I don't want all ins. I want just the key station. Yep. And this should be there. Right? Indian. Do I just want to monitor? Let's test. Phase 4 is fine. Okay, cool. That works. I don't think I necessarily want to monitor that input. But yeah, because I'm only ever going to record clips when I need poly aftertouch. Have I decided what the next track for next tapes will be? Well, now that I'm back in Bitwig, it's not so big of a question. I think if we take a look, my projects, it's open file. Let's see. Why did that open? It's not dark mode. Whatever. I think our options were Enter the Nexus. Maybe Industrial Complex. Probably not. There's not a lot of melody there. Probably the 80s called back. I think the 80s called back will do something kind of fun with it. I think Enter the Nexus will do like a little electro thing just to break it up. And then Rock and Loaded will have a drum and bass banger and call it a day. I don't think we'll do Deputized. I think it's not really a whole lot of cool places to take it other than maybe breaks, but anyway, let's see. So yeah, we'll get to that. I kind of want to work on some originals first and put the because I have not finished any new music in like 4 months, so I want to get some singles put together. Let's see. Yeah, that's all there. All right, we're gonna go preset hopping on some of this. What are our audio peaks? I'll just use Tool. Peaking at, yeah, -3 is good. Probably bring that down just a little bit so I have some headroom. Okay. Speaking of the 80s, and I was working on this the other day. I was having so much fun watching. I don't know if any of you guys are Dropout subscribers, but they have this Dungeons and Dragons D20 show, and I just started watching their season that is based on like action movies, which I think today's the last episode, so I'll probably watch that tonight. But that has been so fun, and it's put me in the mood to make some like cheesy 80s shit. So I'm gonna do that. A little fast. Oh, have you ever had Have you ever had problems with your sleep regimen? If so, can you give any piece of advice? Absolutely have. That one's really hard. Um, Usually it's after like a couple nights of when like I do like a 3 a.m. kind of stint where I stay up too late, probably working on shit like this. Have a few drinks too many, watch a movie too late. Um, Best bet, gotta turn off the devices, turn off the phone, maybe even grab a book and try and read. And then it's hard to quiet your thoughts, but you gotta kind of just sit there and zone out. Phone off, eyes closed, kind of meditate and turn your brain off. All right. I think we got that. So let's do. Oh, that's actually interesting. Oh, I know how. Okay. Okay, so if I want to record just the audio, so not bounce it down, but just kind of record something free form, I'll have to do it this way. So input. Oop. Let's not blow our ears out. Be very, very quiet. Post. Okay. Okay, comping is cool. That's new. When did they add that? Huh. Okay. Now we should have. Yeah, why don't we have any sound? Am I dumb? Oh, because I don't know how comping works. Slice and place, fold takes. Hang on, I fucked up. Wait a minute. Why am I dumb? Yeah. That should be audio output. Oh. Never mind. I duplicated that. I'm dumb. That's what I get. So how do I fold takes? Okay, comping's new. How do I collapse it? Because I don't need whatever take 2 is. The F-15 Eagle is a combat Harrier. Oh. Start up the F-15. Yes. Yeah, you get the idea where we're going with this, right? It's like this song's intro is going to be super 80s. Oh, and this is fun. So, I was looking up kind of the history of 80s music and like tools they used and whatever. And mercifully, I happened upon a sample set that contains like all of the classic drum machines, like all of them, including the Lindrum. And the Lindrum has a few things that sound really damn cool. You know them, you love them. Why are they broken up into 2 sets? Huh, interesting. Lin 9000. What's this one? Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Am I dumb? All right. Click and drag. Alt click drag is pan. I thought shift click let me insert files at project tempo. Alt GR. The fuck is GR? Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How am I supposed to do this? Does anyone know what Alt GR is for a shortcut? When the fuck did they change that? Hang on. Hold up. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's not helpful. Is it Alt G? Alt right click? No. Okay. I'm just going to drag them one at a time. That's something I got to figure out why they changed that. Actually, I don't even want to do that. I want a drum machine. Again, it's being back in here, being able to do things really snappy and quick, just makes Reaper feel stupid. I'm sorry, Reaper fans. I tried. I really tried. Okay, let's have those in order. Come on, grab the note. Grab the note. They grab the note. Thank you. And we'll just pitch this one down about 80%. Oops. Yeah, that's a loop I recorded from the Hydra synth. These are just Lindrum sample. And then a little ping pong delay with some ducking. I'll tell you, there's a great little preset on here. It uses oscillator syncing, which I like a lot. This is going to be similar to sublimation. Probably closer to harmonious, frankly, because I don't have a good saxophone sampler anymore. Fudge. I wish I had more musician friends, because I would totally call somebody up and be like, dude, I need a lick on the sax where you kind of go like, and they'll be like, you're fucking tard, Devin. Do not call me again. It's like, don't say tard. That's not very nice. Anyway, where is that the thing that I like? I actually like this one too. Okay, I can't show you because camera, but what's cool about this synth is you've got here, we're gonna cheat because I just don't have another camera right now. So you see those buttons? Oh, let's get that in focus. So what's really cool about that, firstly, those pads are velocity sensitive and they have aftertouch. So I can push and kind of press in and then pull back, and then it's a lot more, you get some control options with that. The thing that's also fun is you can set the scales. And they come with a few different modes: Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Myxol, Lydian. These are all variations on a scale. But what's nice is because it's not really a piano, it's kind of hard to play like a piano. Setting it to a particular scale is really fun. So again, can't do both. I have one camera. I can't do anything about it. Let's see. It's the ones that light up in the grid. So if you look at the ones that were like a 8x3, that's the ones I was talking about. So I can set the key to G, and I can set the mode to something like blues, right? Blue scale. And then I just put the pad mode up. And now I'll just take another picture because this is the best we're going to do today. Again, still looking for suggestions. If anyone knows a webcam that'd be good to kind of put on my desk or somehow a little bit behind me, I'm looking for streamer suggestions. I have no fucking idea. So now it's set in a scale. So it's nice to play, and it's very easy to play. All right, so let me find that preset. Now, I will say this is definitely not going to be a preset machine. I think you'll exhaust these presets pretty quickly. The sound design potential here is really strong. It's very similar to something like Serum, and that's super nice because it's simple. The structure is simple enough to follow. You got oscillator into filter into envelopes, and then the whole thing can kind of be modulated however you want. Buy the same thing you're using? Hell no, because that's a DSLR. Even though I got it refurbished, it was like a $400 camera, so that we had like not ugly Devin on. I do not. I am not. You guys do not buy enough music to let me buy another camera. What I can't afford is like a webcam that I can mount on the desk on the side, because then you can kind of see what's going on over here. I can redo some of the other stuff here. Where is it? I gotta find that sync. That's vocal. Lead. There it is. And of course, you slap some reverb on that, and now it's kind of fun. And let's put a limiter, basic limiter right now. Doesn't have to be crazy, just enough to keep from. Oh, let me switch back camera. Let's throw a reverb on that. I think this is a little too aggro to start, but we're playing around. Again, I've been busy doing configurations and shit for weeks. I'm just glad to just play. Alright, let's go plain minor. Like that. Now to do that shouldn't have any audio. No, that has audio. So this is rename. This is just routed recording looper. We'll call that one looper. Oh, what's up, Simon? I didn't even say hello. Hello. All right. Let's try. This is another reason I like sending the MIDI out. Interesting. So we have audio comping. Doesn't look like we have MIDI comping. That's new, though. That's pretty neat. I'll bet you they're going to add it. That actually feels like a pretty quick add compared to other things. Record comping is takes. Interesting. But why did it auto-record? Hang on. Okay. Sorry, I have to dig some stuff up. I have not been in Bitwig in like 3 months. What does Locknar even mean? Came from a movie. Almost positive I put a short out about it, but if I haven't, there's a short coming. Let's see. Recording. It's just pre-roll. Yeah, nothing crazy there. That's all audio routing, new track volume. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to ask around what the defaults are and how to work around it, but doesn't look like there's MIDI comping. Oh, you know what? I bet you I can even check here. Like, if I go here, audio events. Yeah, you don't even have the selection for events. That's interesting. All right, let's try. So I'm not listening to it over and over again. Oh yeah. Let's go. really wish I knew how the comping worked. Because for this purpose, I don't need the comp. How do I merge this down? Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts. I could probably add more takes and remove. That's a cool feature. I'm just gonna have to fiddle with it. No, now I can't even access the other things. Boo. There it is. Okay. Audio events. Okay. Okay, so now I do have to figure out how to make it work. Because I don't want to switch. I don't want comping to be the first thing that I go to. That's fine. I mean, I'll workflow shit. It's a new feature. I'll figure it out. Okay. Audio events. Click on the audio event. Down to. The 222 of the drums. I can't guess the rhythm you're going for. It is complicated, chat. It's a hard one to do. After the wars, the Corpo Wars, there is only one man left standing, or hovering. He is Slime Dude. Slime Dude 2055, coming this summer. I'm 10 years old. I really like this. Okay, don't want this to be too complicated. Okay, so now to bounce down these two sections. So bounce, post fader. these boys out. I do not want that gray. I want that yellow. Okay, mute. This works out pretty damn good. God, and that's the thing. Okay, this right here was the ultimate reason I had to quit out of Reaper. Because this whole exercise of getting a synthesizer to play with as an external was to make my life easier in the DAW so that I was forced to kind of write, put things to page, and then kind of tweak audio from there. And if I have to revisit it, it better be like a preset that I saved to work on, to design, to develop, and whatever. In Bitwig, you just saw me do it. In Bitwig here, I'm going to switch camera back. In Bitwig, I have the audio being recorded via a VST instrument that is taking MIDI and sending it out to a particular MIDI device. And then it's receiving the audio back. And then I literally right-clicked bounce. And it did the work. It muted, it played everything the way it's supposed to. It recorded it live. And then it recorded the 2 separate clips, and it was done. Now, Reaper made me, firstly, that version of their plugin, it's called Ria Insert, had insane delay. It was absurd. I could not fathom why the plugin delay compensation was doing what it was doing. I turned it off. It barely made a difference. 2, and this was the final straw that kind of broke me. To audition audio coming in from the interface. So a recording, a microphone or a guitar or whatever else, you have to arm it for a recording. And I don't always want to record the audio part. Sometimes I just want to record the MIDI part. Well, you can't listen to the thing while recording the MIDI part because then you'll have to record the audio part. Oh, well, there's a button. Instead of calling it monitor only, which is always listen, which is an easy enough one to do, always be listening, and then when you say record, record. Instead, it's turn recording off. So you still arm it to record, but then the system's like, okay, we won't record that one. And you have to switch it on and off every single time. There's no shortcut. I couldn't find one. Nobody on the planet seems to have been upset by this, so they didn't script it. They didn't build a script. They didn't build JSFX. And so when I looked around, everyone's like, oh, just click the button. And that's when I lost it. I think it was like 1 a.m. What was it? It had to have been like Thursday or Friday, but it was late. And that's when I just was like, I'm done. I'm done. Because I can't work in a platform that's fighting me the whole time. And when everybody else who uses it just says like, that's just it. That's what it is. I don't know. It was a hard defeat to face. And I had support. I have very helpful. He hasn't been around on the streams probably because it's a different time. But Rano, this guy was sending me all sorts of useful stuff. And it's like the thing is really, really cool when it wants to be. And then a lot of the time, it just isn't. And it's like, man, I can't figure out why it's fighting me tooth and nail. So I went back to Bitwig to just kind of be like, okay, sanity check. Is it easy? What is recording an instrument like in here? And it was instantaneous. Then I go and I open up my old projects that I thought were broken. They were fixed. And the visuals were fixed. And the weird bug that I have, which I still have, is a lot less shitty. It has to do with how much CPU and memory is in active use, and they're somehow tied together, the clip view and that. But because everything is performing better, that bug isn't like, it's not so hard to work around. So I'm like, okay, let me go back, rebuild my drum kit again, and do this. But like, yeah, right here, this whole session, we popped in on like no effort. and I bounced out audio the way I wanted. And it's just like, this is what they got to strive for. So thumbs up. Oh, I'm going to tell you another thing, and this is a total technical thing, but I gotta put it out there because, and again, I learned a lot using Reaper, and I learned some things that I didn't know that I needed to be fixing in my other production work. So there has been a learning experience from all of this. One of the things I found out is that all plugins have delay. It's all kind of built-in delay, and it will tell the DAW how much delay to have so that it can kind of line everything up. And it's called plugin delay compensation. It's usually automatic. The synths will send it to the DAW. The DAW will then line everything up, and it's mostly seamless. I found out that phase plant, when you use the envelopes in the envelope section, in the modulator section, it's if it's too small, you have buffer issues. And for the longest time, I've been wondering why my stuff has sounded weird occasionally with like sharp transients. So if I open this up, I'll show you. I ended up rebuilding it in actually, I think I can just show you outright. So give me a second. I'll just load up the thing. Mute. So we've got here the corrected drum bus, right? So if you listen, I'm going to pull up the oscilloscope so that you can see it. Said I'm going to pull up the oscilloscope so you can see it. So notice that this doesn't move. That means you have a sample accurate performance. And the way I got that, and I had some, I actually was talking with Headhunters because he frequents the Discord, and he had pointed out that Bitwig's internal tools are sample accurate. So after I had set my instrument here to gated gate pre-chord, so it's re-triggering the sample right away, I got sample accurate transients. And it's important because if things are shifting, it's really hard to fiddle with and fix. So I'm going to open up Phase Plant and show you what happened with that, because I have the preset. Yeah, sorry for the ads. It's late stage capitalism, and every little bit helps me afford things that I want to use for more music making. So you guys get advertisements. There's ads everywhere. I actually used to keep them off, and it didn't really matter. And then I turned them on, and I think it's an extra $100 a month on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, I get you in. You get ads for whatever, toothpaste. And I don't have sponsors, and I don't care to have sponsors. Anyway, pick BO clone. So now, similar thing. It's a sine wave being triggered with a couple envelopes that are really small, right? Now, if I pull up that oscilloscope again, you'll see it's shifting a little bit, and then occasionally it'll go completely off. That. So it is phase plant with those things is no longer sample accurate. That is wild. And it's been fucking me up for so long, not knowing why the things I'm building in that tool weren't working right. The reason that matters, it's really hard to dial things in at those small timescales. So like kick drum hitting a super loud bass, they have to like duck each other at the right time. And you can't do that if it's like kind of dancing around the whole. I'd have to manually fix each one of those kick drums throughout like a 4-minute track. I'd lose my mind. So yeah, Bitwig's big thumb up for Bitwig. That I just didn't know is they are sample accurate within the internal tools. So in the plugin delay compensation just works. So Superior Drummer 3, sample accurate. Bitwig, sample accurate, making a sample accurate system. So yeah. Anyway, that was my discovery this afternoon. Again, shout out to Headhunters. That was hugely helpful. Ah. Lamau and I had popped up right in the middle of talking when he was talking about ads. You don't realize this whole stream now is just the ad stream? You've been suckered in. I convinced you that music is cool and it's a lie. I'm here to sell ads. Pretty soon they'll be like, you know those Instagram videos where they've got 4 different videos playing at once? Like you have that little runner game playing, and then in the middle of the runner game's the actual clip, and then underneath that clip is somebody watching, and then on top of that it'll be an ad. That's the new stream format going forward. So I'll make $12 more. It'll be fabulous. All right. So yeah, that was a huge. Why do I have solo on? Or mono on. Did I record out that way? Yeah. Oh, that's a mono. Whoops. Oh, and that's gonna be mono too, isn't it? Whoops. Okay, fine. Those are mono. So Devin's just dumb. When did I put in a width 0? That's not default now, is it? No, I'm just an idiot. I must have clicked on it. Funny. Let's record. Record you. And same thing, it's going to record takes, and I don't know how to not do that. Record comping his takes. See, I didn't have that on before. All right, whatever. We're going to try it. Again, comping, cool. Don't really need it right now. Oops. Oh, that like... Okay. Audio track. That's really damn nice. So we're just going to go down the gamut. So that's 4. This is a cheat. Probably should have recorded this properly. 5. this up just for funsies. An option, right? Yeah, scale 200. Yeah, they moved some stuff around. I think just a simple, the one note drop is much cleaner, and I think gives a little bit more room for some other stuff. A little flat. On previous streams, I've asked you about your monitors, and you've mentioned that for your headphones, you go with Audio Technica. Which ones do you go with? I'm currently with my old DD 770 Pro. So I have 2 sets of headphones now. Let's see. Really got to get those shortcuts to work. Got the Audio Technicas. The M70s rock. They are flat, and you can hear everything in the spectrum. 2 negatives. You wear glasses, you do not get a good seal on the ears, and you lose a lot of your bass tones. So you have to take your glasses off to hear everything. They're also kind of harsh. I only ever use these when I'm really trying to dial in something that I cannot hear in the room and that I cannot hear on my cheaper, crummier, easier to listen to headphones. A little tangled up with my PS5 controller, PS4 controller. Sorry, I'm PS5. Okay. My second pair, I forget the brand. I want to say, okay, they are One Audios. I want to say I got these for like $100. Might have been even cheaper. These are my comfort headphones. They seal well on the ears. It is a slightly colored sound, so it's a little bit warmer. But I can wear these for hours. I got these for like kind of when I wanted to start DJ practicing, so I had something that wasn't going to fatigue so bad. I really like these. They're comfortable. It's not the most high fidelity, but I also rely on the spectrum analyzer a lot to make sure that my mix is balanced. I don't trust that my ears are perfect. My room sucks. Turns out it rings at 260 hertz, so when a snare drum hits, the whole room has a ringing echo. No idea how I'm going to fix that in this space. Not going to care until I move. But these are great. These are expensive, and they're really good. I don't wear them too much anymore. They fatigue the ears pretty bad. I wouldn't bother with anything below these because the M50s, they not only do they sound like they're no longer flat, like they also still fatigue you. So, recommendation, it's tough, right? Because you want to have these to handle the situations that you cannot hear the problem. The speakers aren't doing it, the room's being weird. You're gonna miss it. These will get you there. But get yourself a pair of cheapies that are just nice to listen to. Because 90% of the time I'll put these on. Hell, I'll probably put them on during stream. And it's like, are these accurate? No. But I use a spectrum analyzer to make sure I'm not missing stuff. And then at the end, do a check with these so I can find something that's not working out too well. And then for the speakers, I used to have, which I can grab them actually. I shouldn't be sitting on my feet like light. So these were what I was rocking for probably, yeah, the M50s do have a weird frequency response. So these I were rocking probably for 6 or 7, almost 8 years. Yamaha, I think this was the HS50. Yeah, HS50M, which I think is 50 millimeters. I like these a lot. The brightness was really hard to beat. You could hear everything in the from like the high mids to the highs. So all the bright stuff was really clear and present. You could tell punchiness in the low mids. The sub was terrible. They were too small for the sub. Same problem with this that I had with these. These would fatigue my ears pretty bad given a long amount of time. And because I'm working in such bass heavy music, I really needed to upgrade my drivers to get bigger drivers. So 50 millimeters wasn't enough. I needed like the next size up, 80. So I got recommended these by a guy named Anzio. Oh shit. Anyway, he freaking some places that forums and discords and whatever. He recommended the Focal Alpha 80s. I have liked these a lot since I got them last year. They're front ported, so you can hear the bass kind of pushes forward first before kind of reverberating off the back and then to the front. So it's a little easier to position them in the room. The tweeters are okay. I think they are less clear than this, but still clear enough for a good listening experience, a balanced listening experience. And then the middle drivers are doing great. The alphas are a bit expensive. I think they were like $500 each. It's like $1,000 set of speakers, but they were good. So yeah. No, Yamaha is a super strong set of stuff. They're everywhere, and I love looking their studio videos. And you'll see a pair of these in the corner with the little. They sometimes have a little black drip on them from the glue. I don't know which ones they were, but some that had a huge hole along the side. The tweeter where pros put a sock in to get the best sound. That's funny. Actually, it kind of makes sense. They probably just to dial back some of the boxes, kind of reverberations or whatever. That's cool. But yeah, I like my focals. If I had a bigger room, I might still rock these and those at the same time. I do not have that big of a room. I would blow my eardrums out and lose my mind. So no, I'm not going to try to balance 2 different sets of speakers. So there's that. So yeah, one Odio, Odio. I would recommend those for a casual pair of headphones. That'll be club ready. You could probably blast those pretty loud without hurting yourself. And for just good listening, it's like a compromise. It's not super expensive. It's not super nice, but it's like pretty good. And pretty good's okay. All right, let me put this back. Let's see. Back to you. Back to you. This is just so sick. I fucking love that. When a good idea just comes together, right? Okay, let me put that off. Yeah, we got those 2 ARPs. I should mention what the presets are. So that way, if I have to go back, I have the preset in here. So rename. Yeah, because I don't have notes there. So Control R, ARP. Actually, I'll probably. Oh, shit. There we go. Yeah, so I'll just name those as I go. Totally lost that one. Did bro just floss or am I tripping? Look, I'm 10 years old. I saw myself on the camera and I felt like doing something silly. Okay. Oops. Let's not record those drums. Alright, don't need a ton of reverb this time. Am I dumb? Yeah, I got nothing on the bus. Alright, yeah, let's go flat. Now let's check out their pads, right? I like that fifth. Nice and subtle. Right, let's start with the bass for a sec. on a sec. You know, the envelope just needs to be. That ain't it. What is it? Mod matrix. Okay, I gotta check. The envelope. A little less resonance. Oh wait, no, that's on the mutator. That's not even on the envelope 3, mutant 3. Oh, on both mutants. Oh. One. Destroy them with lasers. Pew, pew. I know that song. I know that tune. We turn off one. Oh, can I mute them? Yeah, that's one thing this thing needs is an undo button. detuned. This feels like it could be it. We got this. This is a winner. Yeah. All right. Let's do Control R. And oops. Nope. Don't record. Let's solo these two. This is fucking sick. That might be a little dissonant. There's some panning going on. Why? I will ask the questions here. Oh yeah, they've hard panned those. That could be kind of neat. I haven't done a hard pan like that. I'm so close to this working. All right, let me give it a little bit of reverb just to kind of really dial it up. Bounce that down. I like that. Post fader, real time. You know, the one thing about this workflow that I can feel, besides one thing I don't love, is I have to commit. Commitment is scary if you don't produce something right. But honestly, for brighter sounds anyway, it doesn't matter that much if I fuck up the sound design on something like these pads and these synths and whatever, because they're like, those are all pretty replaceable. If I fuck up on the bass sounds, most of how I design the bass is going to be in the distortion layer, which I'm going to mostly do on the computer because I don't have good outbound distortion right now. So I'm not going to worry so much about committing this bit to audio because I can do this without effects and then have that raw audio piece ready to kind of commit other ideas to it. Filtering is going to be kind of important. That's going to be kind of hard to keep, but I just have to get used to this new thing. I love looking at the performance graph at 1K block Everything seems to be running no issue, so I am not perturbed on that. All right, this definitely needs delay. Intel is apparently falling apart. Yes, it is. Honestly, hot take. All software and tech companies have been riding on this crazy high for 2 decades. And they stopped investing in R&D. Oh, damn, that is just ringing forever. Wow, that really does go on forever. That just sounds cool. Okay, that does eventually go away. So, I think that all these tech companies the world over, Microsoft, Intel. Oh, there's some feedback down there. Okay, turn that off for now. Okay. Sorry. Let's try that one more time. Do. I think a lot of these tech companies, whether it's software or hardware, have been resting on their laurels for decades. I think Intel just started getting its ass kicked by AMD circa 15 when the Ryzen chips started coming out, and then they had to wake up and start trying to develop again, and they're getting creamed. And AMD's been making a ton of money, so their R&D paid off, and now they're catching up. But we've got like a handful of companies that have monopolies everywhere, and they make products and services really, really, really good up until they're a monopoly, and then they suck. Google doesn't work good anymore. This is the worst phone I've ever owned. It's the Pixel, I don't know, 7. It blows. It has gotten worse over time. Sucks. And it should be a Google phone. Should be like no bloat, no problems, right? Nah, it's gotten worse. Google search worse. It's an ad machine. They don't care. YouTube is a disaster. Love using this place. Love hanging out with you lovely people. But it's a disaster. There's copyright problems. There's all sorts of weird scandals all the time. This is like public access TV on steroids. There's too much going on at once. And it's an ad machine. And they're making no money at it. Microsoft has made Windows worse for 15 years. And now it's just coming to a head. Windows 11 is just getting dunked on everywhere, and they are forcing people to use it if you don't have the right hardware. So that's bad. Apple makes good stuff, but they've put themselves behind a platinum fence that costs so much money to enter. It's like trying to get into Vegas in Fallout New Vegas. You need 10,000 caps to get inside. It's a disaster. And it's because all these companies are monopolies with no competition. So they're going to keep nuking us forever on stuff unless we stop giving them money. Same with entertainment. It's like the same 5 companies own all media. So it's like, oh, why does all TV suck now? Gee, I wonder what happened. Why are all the movies, well, not all of them, but you know what I mean? Like all this crap. The free ride is over from 2010. 2020, the checkbook had to be balanced. So now we're stuck at where we're at. But yeah, Intel. They rested on their laurels forever, and they got their ass creamed because they're like, well, we made single core performance, whatever. Great. They were the kings at it up until today. And now AMD is caught up on that. while also having better heat management and power management. And Intel still hasn't figured out how to get their nano scale down. And AMD's about to go onwards with TSMC to go make the next smallest layer. So, yeah. I want them to do good because I don't want Intel to implode and then there's only 2 chip maker companies in the US because then it's just NVIDIA and AMD. But I'm also like, I don't cry me a river, multi-billion-dollar company. You rested on your laurels and you're losing. There we go. I got stuck. Yeah, I'm Team Red. My whole machine is now AMD because they have open source drivers. Go FOSS. It's built into the kernel, so when you download Linux, all of the AMD drivers are included immediately. They really got a lot of work with the cores and the cache memory with them. Yep. I think the real thing that needs to happen next, and NVIDIA is swimming in money, so they have no need to do this. NVIDIA needs to come out with an ARM-based CPU, and they need to start pushing into the market with ARM-based stuff. We need to see ARM Windows and ARM. We already see ARM Mac, right? Isn't the M1 basically an ARM chip, or M2 an ARM chip? So that was the strong of Intel. It had more power as cores. That's why it delivered better MS in response versus AMD. Okay, so it was the cores and the cache memory. Again, that's... Well, AMD also, they were shit in the bed for like a decade until their new CEO took over and was like, hey, I'm an engineer, so we're going to engineer the shit out of this problem. And they started working on the Zen architecture again, circa 15 or whenever. Armnar. That's what I get for just reading things out loud. Yeah, it's better than Legnar, right? That's going to be the only problem once I get a little webcam over here for the synth. You're just going to see me waist down gremlin. I sit like light, man. Seriously. It's like half the time I'm like this. It is not healthy. I'm going to have a bad back when I'm an adult. More of an adult. Okay. Oh, that'll only trigger from MIDI notes. Oh, that's funny. I messed that up. I need an LFO then. Have you seen those people that for a live set they bring their whole wall of jack connections and make their live out of that? Because if we really had a lot of machines in the performance kick, how much of a performance kick would that actually be? Honestly, they would be those sets are great because you're not relying on the single computer to do everything. Like I bet you they're still running a DAW just to kind of route some mixing. But if it's all DAW-less and they have a jam box set up, you lose some things. Jamming, well, I think it's one of those things you can do it, but you'd have to pre-do a lot of work in studio, then take those samples and put them into sample machine. So it's like kind of it's DJing with extra steps to do it that way. To have studio particularly like think like neurofunk drums. You totally have to do the neurofunk drums on a computer, then bring them to the sampler. And it's like, well, that was just an extra thing that you did. Curves, bar, 16. Okay. Did this re-trigger at start? Resets on new notes, on play. That's cool. There we go. Actually, we'll probably just cheat so I can get some of the reverb from that. How do I get the crossfade in here? There we go. Oh yeah, crossfade from the back. There we go. Yeah. That's like your nice seamless loop. Okay. Use this. Use more of it. Oh, I will. I better. So this is kind of like when I first got Serum. This is definitely going to be one of those things where I basically do one entire song that's mostly this synthesizer. Sans a couple things. For one, no samples. That's really funny that that feedback is so high. Just goes on forever. I like it. With Reaper, did we get to anything? Not really. I spent a lot of time fighting it to try and get things working as I would have wanted, and that just ended with just giving up. I gave it a good college try. I spent 3 months with it. And I mean, I have my journal here full of notes on how to use Reaper to try and make that a feasible thing. We did start a track. It wasn't very good. I wasn't loving it. I needed to redo my drums anyway. They weren't sounding great. And now they fucking slap. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, okay, that's a cool part. Might be a bit much. Do I have a pan flute? Flute. I used to have a fucking Korg M1 flute. That was great. Okay, flute. Let's see what we got. Flute. Okay, so definitely don't have anything there, but sampler. I bet you I have like a cheese ball sample in my library somewhere. Oh my god, those are so old. Wait, reveal file. Is that from, how old is that sample pack? World Sounds Acid Tracks. Okay, I gotta double check this. They're gonna make me laugh. No, that's a single. Oh, it's old. That's all you need to know. It's an old sample. I wonder what key it's in. about an hour. That's about right. That's a funny sound. All right, let's see. Pan. Doubt pan flute's gonna be there. Yeah, a lot of drums. That's another one sample. This is where having a rompler would be so useful. One of those older synths that's just a bunch of cheeseball sounds. Korg M1 comes to mind, but I know there's others. That's sort of why I want to pick up the Wave Station at some point, mostly because it's got a bunch of samples on it. And then I could expand it with other samplers, but that's a want, not a need, because that's just another expensive piece of kit. I could get the VST, but the whole point is getting VSTs off the computer. Trying to. What do we need? I'm going to amuse myself, and I'm going to just try to throw something at this to see what happens. We're going to have to get the key right, so bear with me. I got to go higher. Well, it says, if that's true, E7. It's supposed to be E? 2? 3? Try 3. That is not the right tempo. That's 190. Yeah, 95. Okay. I think the same thing. I think that's the same tempo, right? Kind of 80s plus grunge rock. Fuck it. I group? No, grouping's not a thing here. But consolidate. This. Just tighten it up a little. I'm loving the guitar. It's a bit much. So you factory B054. You funsies. Let's do another art. Let's see if this keeps in time. That it probably won't do. Oh, we're not sending the MIDI clock out. That's right. Yeah, that'll help. Man, that is just fucking addicting. You can just keep playing with that for a while. What a fun synth. Okay, I feel pretty productive. Getting a little tired. I actually did work a lot today on audio, so I'm a little spent. I might be calling it a bit early. This is pretty sick. Let us save. What is a fun 80s name that we can give to this? Oh, we never did end up using Midnight Down. Maybe we just steal that. Midnight Down. Just a cool name. Actually, I kind of like the idea of 2055. 2055 something. Fuck it. It'll just be 2055 for now. All right. Workflow wise, so I guess some final observations before we tap out on today. Fiddling around with presets is fun. I think that this instrument is really cool. but I think that a lot of the stuff that it just comes packed with will be exhausted pretty much immediately. It'll be on the onus will be on me to do some sound design work. I'm particularly curious to see how, and this is going to be a really important test. Probably going to do this, maybe not be, but probably be a little bit tomorrow. But I'd like to test. Let me think. Oh, respace. I want to make like a really good grungy respace, and I want to make a neurofunk kind of dubstep growl. If I can do both of those pretty comfortably design wise, which I already know how to do, so it's just putting it to paper and doing it in the synth. I'll feel pretty good about that. Other than that, I mean, just looking at this, we were able to quickly do takes, render shit out either by recording looping through the instrument itself, or grabbing MIDI from the Hydrasynth, putting it back in, and then bouncing it back because I wanted to tighten it up or whatever. I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, having all this shit layered up together just sounds really sweet. Like this is very 80s. I think the only thing that I'm not sold on is this melody, right? So this one, it's a cool sound. I don't know if it's needed. It's a little too disjointed, whereas like that one's a little subtle. You know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not giving you false hope. So do not take this as false hope time. But first off, I do want to save that again because I think that just sounds really fucking sick. This reminds me of something. Think. Humor me. Let me see if I can find it so I can add it in. Don't think the project's gonna be there. It's gonna be in the Samba. None in the project archives. If it's not in the archives, it doesn't exist. Ableton 20, yeah, so post 2017. Okay, so I don't think I've got that project exported, but I should be able to. Oh, where the hell's the render? Final renders. Grab the MP3 because I'm being lazy. Yeah. No. Add audio track. Thank you. I can't remember which one it is, but there's a section of this that it reminds me of. Okay. I think it's A. Okay. I do not know why the stretching is doing that. Raw. Shouldn't have come with stretching. I think that imported bad. Let me try that again. Maybe I'll grab the wave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I must have clicked on something. What in tarnation? What the hell is the tempo? 0.7 maybe? Okay, I gotta figure it out. This will drive me crazy. I do want to just try this stupid thing, so bear with me. Okay, that needs to line up back here. Okay, we'll double that. So if that's 96, that'll be 192. Yes. No. 180. Yeah, 192. I do. I know math. but it's definitely a maybe. Well, I don't think I will. I think that was mostly just for my own amusement, because I knew that my brain was clicking that was G. Here's the thing with this. If I were to next tapes that one up, here's the problem too. I gotta take a break from the next tapes so I can get some actual singles done. So I might have to pocket it for. I think Good Kill might actually have, because it's got a strong intro. So maybe the drop isn't going to have a lot going on, but that motif can really play pretty well. So I think that's a pretty good contender. I think if I can drum up the MIDI, then I can use the Hydrosynth to re-record some of those parts, because I think that'd be a fun exercise. And then I can kind of design some clubby stuff to go around it and fill it out. So I think I'm going to make an original that's an 80s style track and then have like a crazy drop, right? It's going to be obnoxious. And then I think that next tapes is very, very possibly going to fit into the next one. Yeah. So I think it'll get its own thing. I genuinely, I should actually write that down. Good Kill A is on the next tapes. Yeah. Damn it. As long as the MIDI opens, we don't know. Not God Kill. Good. Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was sweet. All right. To celebrate a good music sesh, I'm gonna make sure I haven't lost anything here. That is pretty dope. I cannot lie. All right, so 2055 80 style. I think Good Kill A. I'm gonna go try and pull up the what's it called for it? The MIDI. I'm gonna see if the project opens, because if it does and I have enough of the stuff to work with, then we got a track. If we don't, then we don't. There's just not much to do there. Probably not going to pick the next tapes up for a few. I'm honestly going to say maybe a couple months because I'd like to bang this out as like a quick, fun idea. See if anybody's interested in picking it up. If they're not, just get a self release out the door. Make a nice little. Damn it. If I have some cash, I could get Matt to do the new slime dude and then be like, hey, why don't we do like an 80s style cover? You can pose them. If this takes me a month to do, I will have the cash to pay him and then I can do it. So, okay. September. This song needs to be done in 2 weeks. I think I can bang that out pretty quick. Then the next track I can bang out in another 2 weeks and just make September hit hard production time. So keep on schedule. My free time at nights, work on it. This is me like journaling to myself. You guys are just listening. But yeah, awesome. This feels good. It felt good to write today. It felt good not to be fighting my software. And not one person mentioned my shirt. I'm a little disappointed in a couple hours, but that's okay. All right. I will see you all on Wednesday.